yeah, there are many risks and many things we should be paying attention to. So one is just extravagance. So, it feels kind of morally appropriate relative to the problems of the world, the severity of poverty, the amount of suffering, the gravity of the risks we faced, to be in a basement, working in this close environment.
Yeah.
What feels morally appropriate is different from what's actually best. But there are risks of if we just start throwing money around or something, and take a third party, how are they, they're not going to be able to tell.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that we're still conveying the level of moral seriousness that we really have. I think there's a few issues related to, mission drift here. So one is other people might start, joining the community not with the best of intentions. That's again something we should be on guard for. Another thing that we should worry about is if people start, having motivated reasoning.
Right.
If there's some things that donors believe and others don't, then maybe it's more convenient to also believe that as well.
Yeah.
And then a kind of final worry is just, something that's less explicit motivated reasoning and more just you lose kind of evolutionary pressure that we want to and definitely previously had cultivated. So with startups and companies, those that aren't profitable go out of business.
Yeah.
And there's this classic problem in the nonprofit world that doesn't happen for bad charities.
Yeah.
And there would definitely be a worry that, if there's plenty of funding for various kind of EA-oriented projects, the bad ones still manage to get funding and they kind of potter along, even if the people would be better used somewhere else. Everyone has good intentions. People are maybe a bit biased in favor of their own thing, but it's extremely natural.
Yeah.
So there's nothing untoward going on. But you just, you've lost a bit of what might be kind of healthy ruthlessness where certain bad projects or projects that are not as effective shouldn't keep going. And so I think that means we should really celebrate organizations that just choose to not exist. And this is particularly important if we've got this kind of culture of ambition framing, this really try and aim if you can for the best possible outcome while avoiding risks of doing harm, because most attempts will fail.